So I recently picked up a few packs of these 1991 Impel G.I. Joe card packs. Let's see what we got, because what's cool, inside they have all kinds of different things. Like you'll get cards that show the characters, give like a file card explanation behind. There's things that go for different comic books and gives you kind of a history of the comic books that are there. Kind of a cool thing, but they do have some interesting collection ideas. Like, for example, this first card I pulled up. Is that a Viper? No, that is like a Cobra infantry. So Impel didn't quite get it all right, even though they say it's a Viper and they explain it's a Viper. Let's be honest. Did a Viper ever look like that? No. So there are some mess ups in here, but it is kind of cool that do have the Viper there. Next up, we have, you might recognize this, another little Real American Hero one, where they have a little explanation of the Alaska pipeline battle, where they kind of go through it all. The Joes went to Alaska to investigate Cobra. So it's kind of cool to give you a little bit of history about some of the comic books that are there. And then they also have the honor roll, where they have, kind of like the more famous Joes. So Crazy Legs, who made a nice little comeback with a Night Force version of him recently with the Dragonfly HasLab. So you have his information back on there. What's cool, see, it has a nice little setup, kind of like the file cards and stuff. A little bit different, but gives you some nice cool things here. Hardball, looking good. So official one here. Gives his nice another little file card thing, where he's from, what he does, his specializations and stuff, which is kind of cool. And it's cool because they have newer characters, but they also have older ones. Here you got Spirit, which is nice to see. I was always a big fan of Spirit back in the day, and so it gives a nice little background on him. So that's kind of nice. Next up, we have Rock and Roll, but this isn't Rock and Roll version 1. This is Rock and Roll, I think, version 2, which you see a bit later with his hat, you see. So they do have different versions of him on here, so that's kind of cool. So you have that, hey, Rock and Roll. So we got an OG-13, but in a new look. And next up, we have Short Fuse with OG-13 in his OG-13 look, which I always respect when they have that, because I actually liked him. For the American Hero line, he was actually the first guy that I actually had. I was like, hey, it's cool. Though I will say that makes him near and dear to my heart, but Flash is still my favorite. So love seeing him. I'm hoping he'll show up sometime next year. Maybe he'll be on the next HasLab as something bonus, because I can see how this might not be super fancy for people to pay $28 for, $27 for. So you have that. Next up, G.I. Joe Special Missions. So this one, looks kind of dangerous. Looks like the October Guard is there. And they have a little thing, Passing of the Guard. See, they get a nice little story about what happens in the episode, or the comic book, which is kind of cool. Here's one, Mercer. Now that's a cool Mercer. If they make the classified version like this, I'm going to be all in. Because there's some other Mercers that look kind of like the Real American Hero one, look a little cheap, a little like, come on, you could do a little better than that. But nice little background here. Was the only Cobra Viper that ever defected. And this Viper never wore that Viper you saw at the beginning, right? Crystal Ball. Now, Crystal Ball here, if you look close, looks like a little bit of J. Jonah Jameson, maybe? I don't know, a little influence there. But when you got him as a toy, he looked like an old man with those, the gray sides. But now they've come with the new ones. It's more like he has frosted tips when they do the new one out here. But nice little background for him. Talk about that. And then here's one, Hydro Viper. This is a cool one. This guy is awesome. I like him. He's a Real American Hero. That hood, that head was just so cool. You can't say wrong to that. So I'm really cool. I got that. And what's nice is since my Hydro Viper I got in the aftermarket, so I don't have his file card. So at least here I can learn a little bit about him. So that's kind of cool. That's there. Another G.I. Joe Special Missions. Looks like Lowlight's going to have a little trouble here. But then they explain, the ambush to explain the episode. C. Agent Anderson sent Shovel Joes to Southeast Asia. You get an idea for that. And then we're back to the Viper. So, which was your favorite here? I will say this one's disappointing because they didn't know what a Viper was. I like these, but I think if I go through, Crazy Legs, cool, that's cool, like that. But I'm going to have to go with either Short Fuse to give a little love to the OG-13, or my hope is, though this is cool, Hydro Viper. Though for me, I'm hoping that this is what Mercer looks like when we get him in classified. So let us know what you thought about these. I've got a few more packs to go through. I tried some other ways, so we'll see what we like. So see you next time.